Liz, I'm sorry, we have a little bit of trouble with your microphone when you plugged in your earbuds. Hang on just a second. So if you could unplug your earbuds, that would probably get us audio again. Oh,
All right, is that better?
there you are.
Okay.
Away we go.
Am
Sorry
I
about
on?
that. You are.
Welcome to Linden Trees 37th season. This is our third concert and our second experiment with hybrid. So I hope that you people out there sitting on comfortable couches can hear all our wonderful music. Our 37th season is going to feature New England notables, people that we have play in our area and we think that you should hear. And if you've heard them once, you want to hear them again. In fact, I'm wearing a Linden Tree Coffee House shirt that was from 1995 for our 10th season. And it has names on it for people that we had that year. And Janet Feld is one of the ones on my shirt. So that's an interesting little tidbit. So we're hoping that we will make it to 40 with all of your help out there contributing to our PayPal account or sending in checks because they would like to have some money to pay their rent and we would need to some also. Both of these performers have been playing around our area and they have CDs and we love both of them. And instead of you listening to me, I'm going to have you listen to them. So, Janet and Esther, welcome back to Wakefield.
Well, thank you very much, Liz, for inviting us to play. And yeah, in the 10th season, I won their holiday potpourri contest, and the prize was getting a gig, and 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 that was the first time I'd played at the coffee house other than the contest. And I hadn't been living in the Boston area for very long. I grew up around here and then lived in Western Mass for many years. But Liz and the coffee house have been, everyone's been so supportive of me and my music, and what a treat to be playing here in the 37th season, so, and I'm particularly excited about this because I get to play the concert with one of my favorite humans in the entire planet, Esther. So we're gonna start. Our set with a song that I wrote the first time my husband John and I led a vacation tour to Ireland. We lead these music-focused vacation tours there. Obviously not for the last couple of years, but we'll be going back in 2022. Woohoo! And this is called Irish Serenade. Hey, welcome. You're just in time. A 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3, 4. My oars touch the water. There's stars in the sky, paddling on Lochine on a cool August night. Black ripples light up every time we touch down. Creatures sparkle with each stroke, laughter all around. Skibbereen in summer, an Irish serenade. The Milky Way and Orion shine like the tiny beings living in the lake. We glide to the other side. There are musicians waiting there with violins and guitars. They sing in the sweet air. It feels like fairies are tagging along. skipperine in summer, an Irish serenade, the Milky Way and Orion shine like the tiny beings living in the lake. As above, so below, light and darkness dance. The boat glides faster, rowing slowly, like life that happens while we make other plans. My oars touch the water. There's stars in the sky, paddling on Lochine on a cool August night. Skipperine in summer, an Irish serenade, the Milky Way and Orion shine like the tiny beings living in the lake. The Milky Way and Orion shine like the tiny beings living in the lake. Thank you very much.
That's beautiful.
Thank you very much.
I guess it's my turn, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well, we're starting the set with locations. And we're going from Ireland back to Boston. This is my love song to Boston. I grew up in the Midwest. I should not be in love with Boston. I'm completely in love with Boston. I think I moved here in '89, and then, you know, you go through certain things, certain experiences, certain decades, but I think that really drove it home was getting my vaccine at Fenway Park, so.
That's so awesome.
It was
That's
freezing.
wicked pissa.
It was like 8 degrees in February, and, you know, I went to get a Starbucks, and because you had to wait outside, and then I realized you couldn't actually wait inside the Starbucks, and I had my mask on, so it was like a $5 hand warmer. But it was like the best hand warmer I'd ever had. Anyway, this is my love song to Boston.
A 1, 2, a 1, 2, 3, 4.
Dear Boston, where do I begin? 30 years ago, my wandering soul stumbled eastward. You took me in. Heartland girl in a hard-ass town. You booted my car as your snow fell down, falling down. Dear Boston, other cities follow a grid. Your cow paths twist and many turns were missed. Your street signs all hid, crowing past the brownstones on one-way streets, from the Fenway to the north end on cobblestone or concrete. I should hate you, but I don't. I should leave you, but I won't. Boston, dear Boston, I rode the red line from end to end, wondered cleared all your squares, heard buskers everywhere, and toasted Beantown with new friends. Longfellow Bridge and your Irish pubs, Sitco sign and the Seaport Hub. I couldn't afford you, but I fell in love. Oh, Boston, I should hate you, but I don't. I should leave you, but I won't, Boston. Boston, you're where friends became family. Boston, you're tough, but you take care of me. Goddamn you, Boston. You are ambitious and cold. Your people too guarded, your winters too long, and I love you so. I should hate you, but I don't. I should leave you, but I won't, Boston. I'm home.
Thank you. So,
Should get that to the new mayor.
I was thinking that actually.
that's a great idea. That is such a great idea.
I wonder how to do that. Although, you know,
Hell out of New York, New York.
New York,
Exactly.
although I don't know, the love-hate thing, do you think they I don't know, probably most Bostonians are a little ambivalent.
Yeah, because New Yorkers are so funny. Like, you know, I'm the adult child of a New Yorker. My mother was from the Bronx, you know, and you know, I think people from New York, like I swear they have like the subway map imprinted on their frontal lobes, you know, like, and they just know that it's a center of the universe, and you know, but I think all of us Bostonians have a bit of a love-hate relationship with Boston, and those Red Sox, they'll break your heart. Like they did this year.
Well, they went a lot further than anyone thought they would.
You know, I was, and I have some dear friends from Houston, so I was really happy for them. You know, big Astros fans, so I was rooting for Houston in the World Series. You know, for my Texas friends.
I have great daughters in Georgia, so.
Well, what are you gonna do then?
At least somebody's happy.
Yeah, right. So, back in the '90s, right around when during the 10th season of the Linden Tree Coffee House, I was hanging out for probably the 4th or 5th year in a row at the Kerrville Folk Festival in Texas, and some friends of mine were running the song school down there, and Esther was at the school then. We didn't know each other yet, and they met her at song school, and independently of each other came to me and said, "Do you know Esther Friedman? You should meet Esther Friedman." And they went over to Esther at song school, and they're like, "Do you know Janet Feld? You should know Janet Feld." And then within a couple of years of that, sometimes around the area when there's like a open studios or something like that, someone who's organizing open studios will put together some sort of a musical happening, And there were a couple of those kinds of things where there was like 15 of us artists playing throughout the day, and Esther and I had both been invited to perform, and so that's how we met, was here in I think the first time was at this open studios happening in Jamaica Plain, and then we met at an open mic. I think we met at the Cantab at the open mic there,
Probably.
something like that. And each time we would meet, we would talk, we would hit it off, we would exchange phone numbers, and then neither of us would follow up on it. And then, so that went on for a couple of years, and then finally, a mutual friend of ours was teaching a songwriting workshop over a weekend, and he was up here from out of town, and Esther took the workshop, and
he was staying with you.
he was going to come stay with me after the workshop. So Esther gave him a ride to the house, and then the rest is history. Because right after that, we started hanging out and writing songs together. So this is one of the oldest songs of mine that I still play. You know, if you ask a songwriter, well, what's your favorite song of yours? It's usually the most recent one that we've written. But Esther and I wrote this in 2000. And you might think it's amusing that two nice Jewish girls wrote a song called Thought I Was Jesus.
We think it's funny.
So how do you know Jesus was Jewish? Yeah. He lived at home until he was 30, and his mother thought he was God. And he thought she was a virgin. I've told that joke all over the country, but I've never killed the energy in the audience so thoroughly as when I told it in Nashville, Tennessee, the self-proclaimed buckle of the Bible Belt. I basically completely quieted a noisy, smoky bar, you know, like.
This is why I love Boston.
Yeah, no, I was just kind of like. My friend Stan, who lives up in Drake, you know, he was on stage with me, and he knew I was about to tell the joke, and he's trying to get my attention, like, don't do it, don't do it. And there's like dead silence, dead silence, and he's like, it killed them in Boston, you know. One, a two. 1, 2, 3, 4. He was driving in a blizzard with track marks on his arm. I thought it was my mission to save him from the storm. Thought I was Jesus. First he called crying, I can't make it alone. Second time he was begging for bail from the station phone. Thought I was Jesus. He said he knew they'd catch him, and he hadn't cared. But after one night back behind bars, he was really scared. Thought I was Jesus. Blind I said the God you've chosen is choosing your demise. If a cage is what it takes for you to open up your eyes, what was I thinking? Thought I was Jesus. Thought I was Jesus. Thought I was Jesus. Thanks.
Did you ever think about following that up with Prime's Jesus, the Missing Years?
Oh,
With what?
Singing John Prime's Jesus, the Missing Years.
Well, I don't know that one, but I'll have to look it up, I think.
What did he do between the ages of 12 and 30?
you know, the same year that I killed the energy in Nashville, Tennessee with that joke. My friend Stan, who was with me at the gig, he had entered a song that we wrote together into this contest, and we won this contest and with in this category of Christian country music. We got this Christian country music award. So
I think Stan is also Jewish, right?
yeah, he's not, but it was funny because so he had left me a voicemail about it, and so I called him back, and he's like, "Hello," and I was like, "I'd like to thank Jesus. He was a very nice boy. He never said a bad word to his mother, unlike my son." You know. So that was my speech, you know.
Well, since we're going off on this tangent, are there Mark Stepikoff fans in the room? Do you guys know him? That's a good
Yay,
one.
Mark Stepikoff.
All right, Mark's a buddy. He's also a really brilliant songwriter, and every year he writes a Christmas song. Yes, he does. Every year, and it goes on this Christmas album. And last year, I think it was a song about how all of these Jewish people wrote all the Christmas songs. Like, I'm Dreaming of a White Christmas, Irving Berlin. you
Irving
know?
Berlin, yeah.
Anyway. Oh, dear. Give me a sec. Let me not make you suffer through.
No worries.
My guitar is rebelling a little bit. I don't know if it's the temperature change or what.
Actually, Stan and I wrote a Christmas song that I spent a lot of years, spent about 18 years teaching general music in K through 8 Catholic schools, and so I was directing the Christmas concerts every year. And so one year Stan and I wrote a song, and some of my kids sang it. So a couple different years I brought it into the Christmas show at a couple different schools, and it was a nice thing to do. So I was like, hey, if Irving can do it, why not me?
All right, you ready?
I don't know what it is when I'm hanging out with you that I start talking like this.
I swear to God.
How are we doing with tuning? Are we okay?
I think we're
Oh. Yeah, there it is.
okay. It's gonna have to do. Can you kind of? Oh wait, let me announce this. Okay, so this song is called "Stars Took 'Em Over," and well, It's kind of, after losing my dad in '09, it's kind of about the shock of like, oh, now I'm the grown up, that kind of thing.
Yeah. 1, 2, a 1, 2, 3, 4.
Should we start again? We're having an issue.
Oh, right. Yeah, let's start again. We are professionals. Don't try this at home. Here we go. 2, a 1, 2, 3, 4.
Branches bare, sprouted tiny green leaves. When in winter ended finally, he asked me about spring from his hospital bed, and I prayed the sun would soon touch his face and he'd feel a breeze on his shoulders, but the twilight came, stole him away, and the stars took him over. Chilly rains came and washed the summer away. In my dreams on gray, cloudy days, I asked him about the tears that I'd shed, but his voice was silent as though time had erased any trace of my steadfast soldier, and I railed at the angels who stole him away, when the stars took him over. Last night I asked the moon, would you ease the ache in my chest? But the dish had run away with the spoon, and the angels whispered, let him rest. That was the moment I could finally see, through eyes another year older, that the angels had passed the torch to me, when the stars took him over, when the stars took him
All right. Yeah, so I'm gonna one of the things that this song has in common with the Irish Serenade song and all the songs on my latest album is that, when it comes to songwriting, I mean, there's definitely times that you can agonize for months over a song. And sometimes you get this gift where it just kind of drops out of the sky and it's like, incoming, and you just try to listen as best you can. And that was the case with Irish Serenade. And in the case with the song I'm going to play, it's called Waves. And in the case of this song, I wrote this a few years ago, and I hadn't, John and I hadn't been on a real vacation in like a couple of years, and it was a period of my life where I was just working way too much and not taking hardly any time off, and teaching 6 days a week and teaching during my school vacations. It was a pretty crazy time, and I hadn't written a song in a couple of years, and it was terrifying. I've been writing songs since I was 17, which is the late 70s. So for me to not be writing any songs was just really hard for me. I thought, oh my God, maybe it's all gone. Maybe I'm not going to write anything again. And then John and I went on a vacation to Vermont, right near Montpelier, and we were in this cottage on a horse farm, and it was August, and there was we'd open the windows, and this like beautiful breeze would come through, and you'd get that sweet hay smell in the air, and there was the horses in the corral, and we were just doing our best to imitate domesticated pets, so we would sleep, and sleeping would make us really tired, so then we had to nap, and then we got hungry and needed snacks, and then of course there's passive solar energy collection, which can also make you tired, and then you have to rest. And I read a whole book, and I hadn't done that in just forever. To me, that is like the height of luxury. It's just like have several days where you can just read a whole book, and and you're reading, and then you read a few chapters, and then you doze for a little while, and you wake up and you read a few more chapters. That's just heaven to me. And we got home, and it was Sunday, and it was Sunday evening, and we'd gone to bed, and I was sort of drifting off into sleep, and this song came crashing in, and so it really taught me something about in order to really make room for creativity, I really need to be mindful of making sure I get enough rest. All right, here we go. 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3, 4. I feel a rush of anger, a tsunami out of control. The crest and crash might tear me apart, wondering if I'll ever be whole. When the water hits the sand, I'll see the trash and treasure, maybe understand the truth in the stormy weather. We're all like drops in the ocean, moving up and down in waves, pulled by the ship
that what we're on?
Yes.
Okay. Well, every once in a while, I get cranky and things come out. I was cranky a lot during 2020.
I'm sure you were the only one.
I know, I was all alone. You're not going to relate to this at all. I want to tell you that my husband, Chris Levancher, also a songwriter, he has a gig tonight, so that's why he's not here, took up brewing. He started brewing beer during COVID. That was his COVID project. So any COVID weight that I gained was his fault for brewing beer, 'cause he also happened to be pretty good at it.
He's like that. Like anything Chris does, he's like very meticulous about it and stuff. And
It's a little annoying. Time for a little marriage therapy here. No, he is like, if he decides to do something, he's gonna do it right. Damn it! So he brewed really good beer, and I was also drinking a hell of a lot of coffee during the quarantine. So thus the song "Coffee and Beer." Are we good? Tune?
yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Investing in testing might be a good idea. It worked in South Korea and in Algiers. There are tests in Tanzania, but somehow not here. Until we can do it, we'll all muddle through it with a little coffee and beer. Coffee and beer get me through this year. I think I'm too young to die. Since we all have to wait, I inoculate myself with coffee and beer. New Zealand is feeling its oats and full of pride. It shut down quickly, and what do you know? Most people survive. It's too late to move there, so I guess I'll just abide and stay in the country where our president did nothing but lie. Coffee and beer get me through this year. I think I'm too young to die. myself with coffee and beer.
Oh, hey!
So cathartic, thank you. Okay, so we're not intermissioning, right?
Yeah, we're not intermissioning. So we're gonna do bridges.
Okay, all right,
Yeah.
that's mine. Well, that's good, because that means we don't have to retune.
Yeah.
All right, what do I say about this song? It's also cathartic. It's called Some Bridges Should Burn. So true.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Dawn reached through the dark into my room and shook me awake. My feet walked to the park. I stood alone and watched the night fade. Sun rose above the trees, bearing down on a choice that I had to make. Two roads met in the leaves, there at the edge of fear and faith. Some bridges should burn, lesson learned with kerosene and matches. Some bridges should burn, burn them down to smoke and ashes. Alone in an empty field, morning light revealed how I had been deceived. All the lies and secrets you concealed, so afraid and needing to leave. Some bridges should burn, lesson learned with kerosene and matches. Some bridges should burn, burn them down. Smoke and ashes. My dad used to say people do things when they're ready. I slipped down that slope after you until you led me. To that point of no return, either cross the bridge or burn. Turn around and walk it back. Stepped off the bridge and lit the match. Two roads met at a pass. No turning back now that I see. Some say never burn a bridge. Sometimes it's best to set yourself free. Some bridges should burn, a lesson learned with kerosene and matches. Some bridges should burn, burn them down. Smoke and ashes. Thank you.
see. All right. I'm going to retune one more time. This May, for the first time since before the pandemic started, John and I went out to the West Coast and hung out with a bunch of our dear music friends in Big Sur, California. Oh darn, do we have to? And it's a gathering. We have some dear friends out there that have been organizing this since 2008, and most years we've been able to get out there and we hang out under the redwood trees and and we cook meals and play music and sigh. Our friends Kate and Doug who organize it, they've got avocado trees in their backyard in Santa Barbara, and they bring these fresh avocados with them. And I wrote this song. One of our friends out there who we met through them is our friend Lauren Solon, and he and I wrote this next song, sitting on the banks of the Big Sur River. And it's about his son. His son is in his 30s now, but the story takes place when his son was 3.5, 4 years old. And we had actually started writing a different song, and then he told me this story. And I was like, Lauren, I think that's the song we should be writing. And at one point, when we were stuck in second verse hell, his wife Linda came over, and listening to her talk about their son and what had happened that day helped us out of second verse hell. Actually, right after I wrote the song with him, it's the spring of 2011, and I was in the middle of rehearsing with my middle school kids for our spring concert, and my 7th graders sang this for their concert that year.
They sang this?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah, it's called Real Again.
I didn't know that.
1, 2, 3, 4. Little man in his car seat, talking up a blue street, mile after mile we tune him out. Suddenly it's quiet, but that's not his style. We turn around to see what it's about. When in a voice not quite his own, he said, "You know, this is all just a dream." We asked, "What do you mean?" He said, "This life is part of God's dream, and when we die it will be over, then we'll be real Little man in his car seat, talking up a blue street. His mom and I are speechless for a while. I said, "I've been searching for truth in those books and gurus, but it's come to us in our child. When in a voice not quite his own, he said, 'You know, this is all just a dream.' We asked, 'What do you mean?'
I think that's my favorite Janet song.
Yeah, so you can see why I was like, no, that's the song we have to write. And the chorus, I mean, with some very, like, maybe we changed one or two words just to accommodate the structure of the song, but that is word for word pretty much what his son said. Out of the mouths of babes, right?
So we got two more, yes?
Yeah.
All right. Quick tune, quick intro. This song is called Westbound Odyssey. It's written for my insanely talented and just crazy friend Joel, who used to live in Boston, decided to move out of Boston. He wasn't just going to move out of Boston. He was going to raise a house in Idaho, and he cut all the timber here in was it Boxford or Topsfield? I don't know. You know, we packed it into a truck. He drove it to Idaho, and he's now living in a tiny house on this land. And this was in January. So, how could you not write a song about that, right?
All right, let me just check with the capo.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, why don't you start?
Okay.
Ready, and...
In the darkest day of December, coldest of the year, outside hauling lumber, 'cause your soul, it ain't here. Wanted to catch up with it, and you know where it is found. Pack the timber in the U-Haul. You are westward bound. Some say wherever you go, there you are. Sometimes the city don't match the man. So hitch up that lorry to your favorite spot. Westward caravan. You hear the highway humming, it's calling on you to go. Cut
right. Well, this is, we're going to finish off the evening with another song that dropped out of the sky. And my latest CD, which I released right before the world blew up, it was originally going to have 8 songs on it. And then I was, I certainly have plenty of nights where I wake up in the middle of the night, but I had this one night where like I could not fall asleep, and it was like 3 o'clock in the morning. And I'm like lying there, and I've got my laptop on my chest, and I'm on Facebook, right? And
As we do.
as we do, in the 21st century. And our actually mutual friend of ours, a fabulous songwriter named Tom Kimmel, he had put this picture on his wall, and it was a photograph of his car dashboard, and on the dashboard it was a picture of this plastic Buddha, and the Buddha was drinking a cup of coffee and talking on the telephone. And I type in the comments, "Who's the Buddha talking to?" And as soon as I typed that in, that was another incidence of incoming. And
You didn't sleep.
no, and then for the next hour I'm like typing furiously, and then by the time I did sleep for a little bit, and then when I woke up a little later, I just had to figure out what key the song was in. So now the CD has 9 songs. Oh my goodness. I want to say another huge thank you to Liz Friedman for not just inviting us to play tonight, but also for all the decades, not only supporting us, but so many songwriters in the area. Yeah.
And shout out to Eddie and Brian too for doing
And
the
Eddie and
tech.
Brian
Yeah.
for doing the sound and the streaming, and
It's not easy these days. Nothing's easy these
yeah,
days.
so they figured out not only how to get us on camera and get us on microphone, but to stream us out to YouTube and out to Facebook. And that's a beautiful thing. So, and thanks, especially to all of you for coming and listening. And for those of you who've been listening online, thank you for taking the time out,
Hanging out with us.
on a Saturday night. All right, here we go. Who's the Buddha talking to? Who's the Buddha talking to? He's talking on the phone. Who's the Buddha talking to? He's talking on the phone. Jesus, Moses, Joan of Arc, and Muhammad too. Maybe sharing deepest thoughts with him this afternoon. Could be Lao Tzu talking all about the Tao Te Ching, or Lilith on the stars and the phases of the moon. Oh, who's the Buddha talking to? He's talking on the phone. Who's the Buddha talking to? He's talking on the phone. Throughout time when the prophets were called to lead, they took a leap of faith with no guarantees. Every time, every one of them questioned the divine, then chose to show us how to walk in love and peace. So who's the Buddha talking to? He's talking on the phone. Who's the Buddha talking to? He's talking on the phone. So everyone is worthy to heal someone in need. Every day it can be you who gets to play
Well, I think we've had fun, and I know there was some great comments from people that have been watching online, and I'm thankful that there are people out there, and we're hoping to do this again. Our previous shows that Brian has recorded are on our YouTube channel. And also, we have Bill Staines going to be here next month on December 11th. And it's going to again be a hybrid show. We're trying to find a place that's a little bit bigger so we can accommodate more people. But at this point, we'll have to keep it limited until we can get back into the church. But we hope you'll join us online as well. And there's a lot of people online sending messages saying they need more and we need more. So try to do it. Encore. Give me two. Two if you have them.
All right. Well, let's see. Why don't we? Sorry, we don't know any more songs.
That's not true.
I know.
Well, we were gonna do the. I mean, we could slug through. What?
Yeah.
Blackbird.
Yeah. Well, let's. We're gonna do a sing along. If you find that you're.
The Buddhist song I was
Yeah, no, I love it. If you're someone who feels self-conscious about singing in front of other people, I have two words for you. Bob Dylan. I mean, too bad he couldn't sing, otherwise he could have had like a real career, right? So I want to sing, we're going to sing, actually it was one of my all-time favorite songs, and for all the decades that I was teaching general music to kids in K through 8 schools and doing summer camp, I used to sing this with the kids. And I have to tell you, when it comes to the Beatles, I taught in the suburbs and in the inner city, and I taught starting in the 80s. So for over 30 years, I was teaching children, and no matter where I taught, there were always Beatles fans. And that's pretty cool. So here's what's going to happen. I'm going to sing a line, you sing it back to me. Blackbird sing in the dead of night. Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Take these broken wings and learn to fly. Take these broken wings and learn to fly. All your life. All your life. You were only waiting for this moment to arise. You were only waiting for this moment to arise. Beautiful. Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Take these sunken eyes and learn to see. Take these sunken eyes and learn to see. All your life. All your life. You were only waiting for this moment to be free. You were only waiting for this moment to be free. Blackbird fly. Blackbird fly into the light of the dark black night. My friend Peter Miller taught me how to do this when I was 16 years old. Give you an idea of how long that's been in my fingers. Blackbird fly, blackbird fly, into the light of the dark black night. Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Take these broken wings and learn to fly. All your life, all your life. You were only waiting for this moment to arrive. 3 more. You were only waiting for this moment to arrive. Just 1 more. You were only waiting for this moment to arise.
All right. Miss Jay.
Oh.
Thank you guys very much.
You guys.
Thank you very
It was
much.
really fun. Thanks. Liz, thank you for opening up your home.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Our secret
Actually,
location.
let me just say too, for the people who are listening, during the end, when we're done here and we pack up here, and the camera's shut down, if you want to, in the comments, if you want to put your name and an email address, I'll enter you into a raffle, and I'm giving away a CD, and I'm giving away some video lessons, and
Same, huh? Did you
and,
mention that?
yes, and if you'd like to hear us some more on Tuesday night, November 30th, we're going to be at the at Club Passim, so you can hear some more, and you can.
He's sending you a message.
We'll be streaming, and we'll also be in the club live. Thank God. Oh,
Yeah.
nothing like being with people and hanging out in person.
We are done, and thank you all. And turn back your clocks. You can sleep with another hour tonight. Goodbye.